Behind the twinkling eyes and the cherubic smile that captivated America's heart lay a dark and sinister reality. As the world swooned over her performances on screen, Shirley Temple endured a living nightmare, her innocence shattered by the very people who promised to protect her. This is the untold story of America's little darling, a tale of Hollywood's darkest secrets and the devastating consequences of fame's cruel hand. In the midst of the Great Depression, a beacon of hope emerged in the Temple household. Shirley Temple, born in 1928 in Santa Monica, California, was the youngest of 3 children to George, a banker, and Gertrude, a devoted homemaker. As the economic downturn ravaged the nation, the Temples barely escaped poverty's grasp. Yet, in the face of uncertainty, they pinned their aspirations on their toddler daughter. As soon as they noticed that Shirley was talented, her parents invested their meager resources in dance classes, nurturing a dream that would soon catapult their family to stardom. It was said that her mother, Gertrude, thrust her onto the stage and made sure she learned how to perform professionally. As Shirley's star began to rise, her family's fortunes transformed dramatically. Her father, George, assumed the role of talent agent and financial advisor, while the world around them crumbled. The Temples amassed wealth and fame, their names becoming synonymous with success. But behind the scenes, a more complex narrative unfolded. Shirley's early film roles, though endearing to audiences, often bordered on the inappropriate and exploitative. Her parents' desperation for fame led them to accept scripts that would raise eyebrows today, including her first speaking role in War Babies, where a 3-year-old Shirley received her first on-screen kiss, a moment that would haunt her later years. But her parents didn't seem to care. The money was coming in. They were richer than they ever dreamed to be. Perhaps they were too consumed by the wealth to notice their little girl crumbling right before their eyes. If you've ever come across a short movie clip of Shirley Temple wearing diapers while surrounded by little boys who seem interested in her, then you caught a glimpse of the inappropriate and bizarre themes of the movies Shirley Temple was acting at such a young age. But it didn't stop there. What was going on behind the scenes was far more horrifying. She exposed all that happened in her 1988 book, Child Star, an autobiography. She described what she went through behind the scenes of the Baby Burlesque series as a cynical exploitation of our childhood innocence. On the set of Baby Burlesque, Shirley Temple underwent surgery on her eardrum, and instead of the studio to give her time to recover, it was alleged that she was forced to get back to work the very next day. Can you imagine? It was also revealed that when she injured her foot, she was made to dance through the pain. The filmmakers were only focused on making the movies and making money through her. No one cared that she was hurting. So when she appeared on screens, dancing with her innocent and bright smile on, sometimes she was in pain. Makes you wonder, how could the adults around her justify such treatment? But as horrific as this sounds, that was just the beginning. On the set of Baby Burlesque, Shirley Temple and other child actors on set were punished for misbehaving, forced to stand in cold puddles, or confined to a windowless sound booth containing a block of ice. Shirley Temple herself spent frequent time in this punishment box, resulting in ear infections. On the set of Little Miss Marker, Temple was manipulated into crying on cue, lied to and terrified by the director. She was told that her mother was kidnapped by an ugly man with all green eyes. Was this the making of a movie star or the breaking of a child? As Shirley Temple's fame soared, so did the pain and terror surrounding her. She became one of the most loved stars in America, but at what cost? Her childhood, her innocence, her well-being? Perhaps the most damaging of Shirley Temple's woes was the alleged violation she endured in the hands of full-grown men. Although the studios tried to make her on-screen relationship with older men look normal and platonic, anyone who had eyes could see that Shirley Temple was clearly uncomfortable. In the year 1940, when Shirley was only 12 years old, she was supposed to have a meeting with the then producer of MGM, Arthur Freed. Little did she know that the producer had other plans. She would later reveal that on getting to his office, he exposed himself to her, showing her things that a 12-year-old should not be seeing. She was scared and confused. All she could do in that moment was to giggle nervously. According to her, the producer instantly got upset and threw her out of his office. Interestingly, he would go on to produce some successful movies like Singing in the Rain and Wizard of Oz. Shirley Temple also revealed that when she was only 17 years old, she experienced yet another inappropriate sexual attempt from producer David O. Selznick. Although she was able to escape on that day, it was not the end of the harassment she faced behind the curtains in Hollywood. Shirley Temple's life was a journey of overcoming challenges. Despite the painful experiences she faced as a child star, she grew up to be a strong and determined woman. She left Hollywood behind and started a new life, using her fame to make a difference in the world. Today, we remember Shirley Temple not only as a beloved actress, but also as a brave survivor who turned her struggles into strengths. Her legacy inspires us to face our own challenges with courage and hope for a better future. Share your thoughts on Shirley Temple's story in the comments below. What did you find most shocking or inspiring? And who's next? Let us know which old Hollywood celebrity you'd like us to explore in our next deep dive.